Plaintiff, Amy Martindale, hired the defendant to work on her home, and over time they became friends. Amy claims the defendant had a rough childhood because he grew up in a bad neighborhood and was in a gang, but he insists that he has left that life behind. However, Amy feels the defendant is still a hustler, and she's suing him for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Martin Mills admits that he and Amy were friends, but he claims she became obsessed with him. Martin says Amy often flirted with him, and she would even ask him what kind of underwear he was going to wear to work. Martin's countersuing for the cost of tools.
Start with you.
Okay. Your Honor, I met Martin through a mutual friend. I needed work done on my home, and our mutual friend thought that he would be good for the job. He had warned me that Martin was a little scary looking. He was covered in tattoos, head to toe, and but he was sweet as a teddy bear. He grew up in a rough neighborhood in Indianapolis. He was in a gang, had to fight a lot. He even has a tattoo of the gang symbol on his neck. And he said that he had left that lifestyle, but I still think that he's a hustler. One day I thought that he would be interested in some motorcycle jackets of my deceased husband's, and I was going to offer them in exchange for work, and before I knew it, he skipped off with all three of them worth over $650 because my husband...
Now, you haven't told me anything about his work. Did you ever get some work done?
I did.
Like material work, huh?
I did. He started a lot of projects, never finished any of them.
Sir, you tell me what's going on here.
When I went to her house to first look at the project, all these projects had already been started by other contractors and they was gone. It should have been a red flag to me there. And the jacket thing was 2 or 3 weeks into me working there. She had me try them on for her, and she told me I could just have them. She said they looked good on me. She had me model them for me. Our relationship, we became friends because she lives in a big house by herself, and she, after a little bit of time, she became obsessive with me. She was flirting with me, hit me up on Facebook, talking about how sexy my son-in-law was. It was causing problems between
Your son-in-law?
Yeah, I had a picture of Facebook where we was all flexing with our shirts off and stuff. She would draw little hearts on the drywall that I was working on, and...
Did you liar?
Yeah, and I stole the jackets too, didn't I? Yeah.
And how did you respond to that, sir? Sounds like you hustled her. How did you respond to it?
I didn't respond well. I didn't like it. She made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
You liar.
You were ready to charge her with sexual harassment,
That's exactly
weren't you?
right. She was talking about what color panties I was going to wear to work the next day.
Pardon me?
I'd bend over, my underwear would stick out my pants, and she was asking me what color panties I was going to have on the next day.
Panties? Did
Yes,
you tell
sir.
her you don't wear panties?
I didn't really respond to it.
Tell me about your tough background, though. Folks want to know what you may have gone through so that they can know how they can overcome things and become a contractor.
I grew up in Indianapolis, and my mom, she was married 8 times when I was a child. I was drugged around the whole country, around the states. I went to over 30 different schools. I didn't ever live in the same place for over 6 months, and it was hard for me to get, make new friends or have any ambition because as soon as I'd make friends, start doing good in school, I'd pick up and move, and I'd be the new guy again. Every neighborhood we moved in was a real bad neighborhood, so I just hung out with the wrong crowds, did the wrong things, and then after I was in my late teens and stuff, my grandfather, he took me in and showed me how to work on houses and everything, and I just basically took over his business. Good,
and that's also a lesson on mentoring. So that those who reach out to troubled youth, you can make a difference in their life and folks can come out like him. So that's good to know. And for those who are thinking about helping young people, it makes a difference. Balance on a loan you're suing him for, how does he owe you for it?
I loaned him $1,600 for a work truck. He has paid $367 towards the loan with a balance of $1,233 left. And I would like to address the me coming on to him. I have text messages which show the complete opposite of him coming on to me.
I bet you show the whole book of text, you'd be surprised.
Let's see him. Then we're gonna get to this loan. Now, please don't let this be one of them, I love you, baby. That's what happens when I get these guys in here denying the women. Would you like to grab a bite after we get through? If April sees that, she will use my house key and jump me while I'm asleep. Who is April?
That's his wife.
April will jump her if she found out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she ever find out?
She will now.
That's really the main objective, is to make you happy, whatever it takes.
That was referring to work.
You were referring to work?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about this money, sir. You owe her the money.
I don't feel like I owe her the money, no. Well, for one, there was 6.5 hours that I worked after the loan was given to me. I paid her $100 in cash for one, and I gave her 2 money orders for $150 apiece. And also she still has $300 and some of my tools that I had to replace that she would not let me.
Okay, and that's your counterclaim for $335. The 6.5 hours, are you saying she agreed to deduct that from the loan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, did he give you those money orders and cash, and did you agree to deduct 6.5 hours work from the amount due?
Yeah, and that is included in the deduction. He gave me $100 in cash in April. He gave me 1 money order in May.
Okay, that's the difference we have. You have a copy of any of the money orders?
No, I don't.
She says she admits to one, and so if she's going to admit to one, why would she not admit to the other?
He said, I've got a money order for you, and he never, ever showed up.
Got it. So I believe her on that. Your counterclaim of $335 for tools.
She would never let me get my tools.
Ma'am, where are his tools?
His tools are in my garage. I have many text messages that say, come get them.
Let's see them, please. Sir, did she tell you to come get them and you failed to do so?
One time she texted me and said that they were outside. Then she texted me back and said it was raining. She was putting them inside. She wouldn't let me get them without her being there. She wouldn't leave them outside for me.
You can have your compressor when you get my tile. So you did try and withhold his tools. So you'll get your judgment, $1,233 upon return of his tools. All right? Good luck to you both. Have a good day.
Thank you.
They say to watch a contractor. Contractors need to watch out who they're working for.
You know, we were friends, and I just wish you would have responded to me and paid me, and I gave that loan to you in good faith, and you just kept avoiding me.